Hey everybody, something I haven't really addressed for most of the LP. We've been talking a lot about world tendency, and we're still working on that a little bit, but we haven't really been focusing at all on the character tendency, and I actually noticed we're at pure white, so that's why we're at the top of the Nexus. The Monumental actually has something to give us, but before we talk to him, or her, I'm not actually sure, I think it's a he, I don't know. But anyways, you can see on this screen with all the world tendencies, in the middle is your character. And if your character has that shining sort of bluish white light on them, that basically means they're either very close or at pure white character tendency. Basically, pure white character tendency has a few different effects as far as, you know, changing the difficulty of gameplay and that sort of thing. If you're at pure white, your attack power is increased in soul form. For just normal white tendency, you get 10% increase, and at pure white you get 20% increase. So that helps out with being in your soul form. If you are at black character tendency, you have 47.5 of your usual health when you're in soul form. And if you're at pure black, then you have 45%, so that's not very helpful for you. You can still use the cling ring to get, I think, like 25% back. But, yeah, it doesn't help you out a lot. It makes things a little bit harder for you, in fact. But yeah, the other part of pure black is that Mephistopheles will show up in the Nexus, and she offers you some assassination quests, which end up giving you the, I think the foe's ring or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but what we're gonna get right here is called the friend's ring. And the other thing about pure black is that your attack power is increased when you're invading as a black phantom. So if you want to go for a good side and just do pure white, then you get to help people out. You're a little bit more powerful in soul form. That's the other thing, attack power is increased as a blue phantom if you're pure white, so just makes sense in that way. And then if you're pure black, you're more powerful when you're playing as a black phantom. But anyways, let's go on ahead and talk to the Monumental and see what he gives us.
Take this. It will be of help to you on your quest.
So he gives us the Friend's Ring. And basically, whenever you equip the Friend's Ring, it will give you, raises your attack power as a phantom, as a blue phantom is what they mean. So, when you are helping somebody out, when you're aiding them in their own game, then your attack power is a little bit increased. And I guess that would stack with your character tendency. I might show off pure black character tendency, but I'm gonna have to do quite a few invasions for that, so we'll see what happens in regards to that. I could also actually kill NPCs in order to do that, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what I have to do in order to get all this stuff sorted out. So, that's all I wanted to show off for the moment. Right now I'm doing some multiplayer stuff. I have some bonus videos recorded. I'm gonna do some, or maybe just one, really, blue phantom video, and then I might do a few black phantom videos, just because being a black phantom takes a significantly shorter amount of time to complete compared to being a blue phantom, where you have to play through the whole level most times. Anyways, that's pretty much it for now. I hope that explains character tendency to you alright. Yeah, pretty much in summary, if you kill invading or named black phantoms, like, if you kill Black Phantom, Satsuki, because he's one of the guys we killed when we were going through the pure black world tendency thing. That raises your character tendency in addition to your world tendency. And alternatively, if you kill friendly NPCs, vendors, or invade as a black phantom and kill your target, you move more towards black. So since we had been killing all those named black phantom NPCs, we got pure white this way. If we want to get pure black, then we're gonna have to kill quite a few friendly NPCs, so yeah, hopefully that pretty much explains it all to you. I've explained most of the effects that they have available on the wiki. I actually have it open in front of me, and that's that. Just something funny. Compared to when we started the game, now that we're wearing heavy armor and we're pretty well leveled up. Look at how little damage the Draglings do to us. We could literally stand here all day and let this guy smack us, and it would take him quite a while to kill us, if he even could. Because we have the Adjudicator shield, we're slowly regenerating our health, so unless he can keep this up for a very long period of time, that's how slowly he's killing us. So yeah. I thought you guys would enjoy that. I will see you in a short while. Hey everybody, I'm just in the middle of a little bit of a fight here. This follower of God gave me a nasty look and called me a name, and now I have to kill him. And I also just kind of need I need the pure black character tendency. As you can see, I've been working on that, if you didn't see already. But there is a reason for that. Once we get pure black character tendency, we're actually going to have a particular character appear in our world. Their name is Mephistopheles, and they send fear into the hearts of men. In fact, give me 1 second while I go summon up the person who sends fear into the hearts of men. Alrighty. So yeah, as I mentioned before, once you have pure black character tendency, a few things happen. Basically, biggest thing is that this lady comes in, Mephistopheles, and she gives you some assassination missions, which, if you complete them, she gives you something fancy. We will probably be doing that, so yeah. Since it's so close to endgame, I don't think it matters a whole lot if some NPCs die, and I'm feeling a little bit devious, so, you know. Figure we'll end it off that way. And the other thing is, things are going to be a little bit harder for us right now, because since we have pure black character tendency, just the enemies are going to hit harder, they're going to, they're just going to rip us apart in general, so yeah.
I can see that you have killed in the past. No one can blame you for that. Demon souls are too precious to relinquish. Perhaps a knight like you would have an interest in my offer. I want you to kill Saint Urbain and his followers. You will be rewarded amply. Do we have an agreement? A reason? Just think of it as an opportunity to extinguish a competitor.
Okay then.
Excellent. I'm relying on you.
So yeah, the other thing is that she doesn't appear unless Yurt has been killed. This is primarily because Yurt himself was an assassin, and you know, when I threw him off the cliff that's because once you free him from that cage, he appears right down this way. I think he appears right over here, something like this, and he just sort of sits there, and if you defeat more demons, like I think another 2 or so demons, he starts killing, like, important named NPCs in the Nexus. I mean, otherwise he'll just sort of kill the guys that don't matter. He starts off killing just 2 random guys that I don't think were even in the Nexus until that point. But then he starts killing, you know, Sage Frake's followers. He starts killing Saint Urbain's followers, and overall, like, it pretty much ends up you start losing a lot of the really important people, like Blacksmith Baldwin, I think, might get assassinated. Saint Urbain and Sage Frake, I'm pretty sure both get assassinated. Even Yuria, I think, can be assassinated. So, in general, you want to be careful that you don't let Yurt do that. But if you want to get the reward for this quest, you pretty much take on his role and you have to kill all those people. I actually don't know if Blacksmith Baldwin gets assassinated. I don't know about that one for sure. But anyways, we've spent long enough explaining stuff. Let's go on ahead to... not the Tower Knight Archstone. This is going to kind of be leading up to 1-3 because we have to just show off the effects of you know, the pure black world tendency first. So I'm going to be running through this area, showing any differences I happen to run into, and hopefully taking care of all this stuff without too much trouble. I don't know how things are going to go, but wish me luck. Either way, down here, I don't know if I mentioned this, I'm pretty sure I did, but if you don't have pure white or pure black world tendency, this gate is closed. Different things happen in this area based upon which one you have. Since we have pure black world tendency, we're going to get the Black Phantom version of the person who we're going to have to fight. If we went in with pure white, she'd be in human form, but she's actually not a very nice person, even in human form, so she'd want to kill us anyways. Anyways, these Black Phantom Draglings, they appear right here, regardless of your world tendency, and they give you, you know, Crescent Moon Grass, so they're pretty much the same as just normal Draglings. They do a little bit more damage, that sort of thing, otherwise more or less the same. But yeah, a lot of them do actually spawn at one time, so you want to make sure you don't get too feisty with them, like I did there. I just kind of thought I could run and kill them really quickly, but this game is so much more about caution than it is about running in blindly and attacking. I mean, unless you really have that rampage planned out well, you know, if you're playing mind games, something like that. But otherwise, yeah. Anyways, right in here we want to kind of jump in and jump out because of that. This is Executioner Miralda, or her Black Phantom version anyways. And she is just a nasty person. She wields either the Great Axe or the Dozer Axe. I don't know which one she wields. Or the Crescent Axe, maybe, because that's more the design it has. Dozer Axe is actually a unique item you have to craft, I believe. But yeah, this weapon is actually unique to Miralda. Oh! Oh, damn. Oh, that hurt. She got me stuck in a combo there. That was my fault. I was trying to dodge out of the way, but nothing doing. So yeah. Alright. So another way to actually fight Miralda is you can get her to fall off the cliff there. And somebody actually suggested to me, I don't know if it was Metroid, or if it was Lazy Fool, or if it was Tester, or Random Guy, I mean. I don't know if... anyways. I don't know if I should call him Random Guy, or Tester, or what I should call him. If you have any name preference, just tell me, man, or I'll just call you Tester, because I'm used to calling you that. But anyways, what I was told was if you actually knock an enemy off a cliff, and you want to get their items, but you can't obtain them, because, you know, they fell off the cliff, you can immediately load your game up, and then wherever they spawn from, their items will actually appear. So basically, if you want a good way... Ah! Oh god, I thought I was falling off a cliff there. But if you want a good way to obtain those items that you missed from knocking an NPC off the cliff, just reload your game and their items should be there for the taking. So if I wanted to take on Miralda that way, I would, but I'm gonna take her on fair and square this time around, and next time when we fight her in her human form, we're just going to push her off a cliff, or not really push her off, she'll actually run off herself, which is pretty funny to watch. But anyways, you get the Guillotine Axe for defeating her, and we also got a broken sword. Let me check our weight first, just to make sure we have enough to carry this. We actually don't. At least not without the, I'm gonna leave it for right now, because if we want to do this the right way, I can't really risk that. We're basically going to have to go from 1-1 through 1-2, all the way to 1-3, which is where we're heading for, basically just, you know, our main objective right now is to get to 1-3, and we're gonna have to get about halfway through that stage in order to get to the primeval demon. So I don't know how this is gonna work out, but wish me luck, guys, because I'm a little bit nervous myself. Alright, so, this barrier, it's up until you defeat an archdemon. And since we've done that about 4 times, should unlock the gate for us. So that was a fat official, as we've mentioned before. I don't know if it's fat official or fat minister. I think it's fat official. I think they might be called by both names, though. I don't know. I'm actually not sure on that at all. But anyway, so yeah, we have a few more dogs. There are also actually some dogs in these pens. And at one point I thought that these guys actually broke out of their cages and attacked you, but thankfully that is not the case. They do not come out to massacre you. They're just kind of there to scare you and make you paranoid that they're going to break out of their cages and come at you. But thankfully that isn't the case. Anyways, so yeah, we have this area where it looks like a pretty bad fight broke out. Moving along. Quite a large staircase. This is actually just kind of a ploy, so you don't expect this trap coming down here. It's flaming rolling balls. That's pretty much a one-shot kill for you. But yeah, this is actually just a slave shield. Not a useful item at all, especially compared to even just the heater shield. Most of your starting equipment will definitely outbeat this, or that shield by this point in the game. That was a little bit of the dickishness of the fat official. Just completely slams the gate on top of one of his lackeys. And we get a stone of ephemeral eyes from that dude. Also, we have an ambush coming up right here. 3 axe knights. I think they're all axe knights. Oh! And they like fire bombs too. You know, they throw those on the side. So yeah, these guys actually do a fair amount of damage, so you want to be especially careful when you're fighting them. But, especially on New Game Plus, not so much even right now, but on New Game Plus, they can pretty much tear down your whole life bar in 1 or 2 shots. So you want to be careful with those guys. Oh! Yeah, this guy too. See, this is what I mean. Like, 1-1, these guys were hardly doing any damage. By 1-3, it starts to really matter whether or not you get hit by an enemy. You never want to keep your guard down. Especially with this dude, I think he's just been known, at least by me, to do some nasty damage if he gets a hit in with that big polearm of his. Anyways, this next area we're coming into has 2 archers in it. And we're actually going to drop down this way to get an extra item. And you know what, before I even try and snipe at those guys, there's one other guy that I'd like to take care of before I even bother with them. And it's this guy right here. I think they call him like an Imperial Spy, is his name. He's basically a medieval ninja. And that spin kick attack he just did right there, that is pretty much his most damaging attack, and you can't hit stun him during it. So if you are hacking away at him, hoping you can just hit stun him to death, that'll catch you off guard, you probably won't have time to escape, and you will die. So yeah, that's that dude for you. And that's the annoying thing about that ladder, is because you climb so slowly, they'll probably get 1 or 2 shots in on you. Usually just 1 or 2 shots, so not enough to kill you off, but still pretty nasty to get hit by. And right there we got 6 new moon grasses. So yeah, that's something I don't know whether or not I mentioned, but the Boletarian Palace is an excellent place to farm for grasses if you're getting low on them. We actually are in pretty dire need of grasses, so it's nice that that's available, but yeah. Oh, that's pretty nice. Since we went far enough up, that triggered these 2 Imperial spies to jump out and try to attack us. But this guy up here was thinking his trap would be laid so well that he could throw that flaming ball of death at us from up the stairs. And instead of killing us, we just sort of ducked out of the way half-heartedly. And he killed 2 of his friends. So. Fun times, man. Fun times. Anyways, why did I open that? Oh. Here's another wonderful booby trap. The slave shield again. It's kind of becoming a common theme here. You know, oh look, an item, and then you run in to get it, and it's the slave shield, and then some guy tries to kill you. I think they just like that one. It's an oldie but a goodie. They like to use it on you. See how many times you fall for it. That's Demon Souls for you. Whoops, didn't want to fall. There's not really anything to get down here. It's just sort of a place. It's just sort of there. I did actually push a Red-Eye Knight down there one time, and that was kind of inconvenient because he would pretty much stand around wherever I was going to fall, and then he'd try to smack me with his claymore, which was pretty much a one-shot kill. Yeah, as you can tell, that situation didn't end very well. Anyways, let's get some homing soul arrows in here. I'd like to take these guys out. That's the thing about the homing soul arrow. I should actually change it out. Ow. Should change it out for the just the soul ray again, because homing soul arrow, especially with our crappy magic, it's not gonna do much. We'd probably be better off using a bow and arrow. Oh my god, I have to stop running straight into arrows. They're still trying to hit me from over there. And you can actually see from this distance, those arrows sort of curve to hit you. Which is rather inconvenient. You know what? Alright, I'm gonna come back here in a second, but for right now, I really have to kill those archers, and I don't have any projectiles to do it with. So, we are going to take this area slowly because of this guy. He is a Red-Eye Knight with a claymore and a bloodlust matched by no other. And he can hit you quite a few times. It's kind of hard to tell exactly how many times he's gonna try and hit you with that thing. He can do, you know, 3 hits, 2 hits, 4 hits, whatever he feels like, pretty much. Usually it's 3 hits, I guess, but yeah. You just gotta wait until he's open, until he lets his guard down, which is, I guess, pretty much always, but whenever he isn't attacking, because in case he doesn't take hit stun, then you're screwed. But anyways, yeah. So Fat Minister is kind of babysitting these guys over here. Who just fell? Oh, it's another Imperial spy. Get off the table, man. Get off the table. Please stand down. Oh god. Why did I do that? Oh god. This is what I'm saying. I gotta stop doing these things. It's hazardous to my health, running in like an idiot and getting murdered. Maybe we should start equipping the late moon grasses. So we already have 7 of those and 7 of the full moon grasses. I don't want to waste my new moon and dark moon grasses until we absolutely have to. Ow! You know the old phrase, patience is a virtue? That holds very, very true to demon souls. But there is another phrase I know of, It is don't record demon souls at 1:30 in the morning. Now, I may be a little bit historically inaccurate with that one, because I'm really freaking tired. But I can't stop until I finish this off. Not this LP, mind you, but just get done with this world tendency thing. Once I'm done with that, it's a straight shot to the end, but right now I'm just driving myself crazy. Anyways, we got an iron ring of keys, which is going to help us out a little later here in accessing a certain area. It would be great if you just fell off the cliff and died, my friend. It would just be wonderful. Thank you. Is that other guy done for? I can't tell. Oh, yes, he is. He fell down here. Alright, let's grab this, and then we can just run back. Actually, yeah, let me check